Hey there, Walt Pitts here, your live music pro and guitar coach. Whether you're looking to up your guitar game or just enjoy great music, you're in the right place. It's been a while since I've been on here, and I wanted to just say hello, play a couple of tunes, and just share. I have some exciting news. I've been building out a program for guitar players that want to level up, start playing some gigs, as a live solo musician. So I'm taking a limited amount of students, people that would like to do this at $1 for a Jumpstart session. So I would love for you to do that session with me if it's something that sounds good to you. And you can go there at getsologigs.com, and I'll have everything in the description here for you. So if you're here live, let me know in the comments and let me know how it sounds. And I think today what I want to share, I've had a few guitar players reach out to me, and they're gigging, they're doing some gigs. And I get a lot of questions on two things, and that is my backing tracks and also this slide that I use. I've been getting fair amount of people that want to know what slide I'm using. So I'll tell you what, let's start with the slide. And I guess first off, that tune I was playing was Sleepwalk. It's by Santo and Johnny. And it's really one of my favorite tunes to play. I've always loved playing that tune. And the original is done on, I think it's a Hawaiian guitar. So it's a totally different sound, and there are several versions of that tune that are done. Like Larry Carlton does an incredible version of it. So I guess in some ways I might be stealing some of the essence of that. And what I love about the tune is, you really do have a lot of different styles you can play with it. You can do with your fingers, or use the slide as well, which is awesome. So you can change it all up. So I'll tell you what. Since I have a lot of people that reach out to me about my backing tracks, what I use, and so generally what I'm using is Band in a Box, and I use the 2004 still Mac version of it, but there's a Windows version as well, which is probably even more powerful. And I thought I'd just share a little bit, I guess, on this tune. Just to let you know, I uploaded a live version of Sleepwalk earlier in the week, so I hope you check that out and like it and share it, please. If you would, that would help my channel out quite a bit. So let me share my screen on my computer, and I'm going to get into how I do this, how I do Band in a Box. And I'm not sure if you're seeing me in the middle. I hope you're not. So Band in a Box is a really versatile, super versatile program that I've been using for many years. And, you can build a track really quick with it by putting in chords. I went ahead and just I've got my Sleepwalk set up, the backing track that I have that I played for you. So here it is here. I need to close out a couple of windows here to get into a couple things here. I'll start from the beginning. Whoops. So there's a couple of settings on Band in a Box too, to where you can randomize. You can have different variations of your tracks going on, which is really awesome. So what I found is I'll get a variation I like and lock it in. I'm not going to get into depth with this because, to tell you what, it seems like I fumble around a lot with all programs I've got. I just get something I like and start using it, and then go on to whatever program I'm using next. So what I'm finding, I'll find like a decent groove that I work with. So And I love too, you know, I can basically mute tracks, right? So a lot of times I'll find a nice drum groove. Depending, not sure what the mix is going to be with you live, but I put these on my iPad, you know. So really all you're doing is you're typing in the chord changes and it will make an arrangement for you. And what's really cool about it is, you know, they're not copyrighted. Like you're able to use these tracks without paying license fees for them and whatnot. So it generates, you know, tracks that, like some I know Jam Zone and some other karaoke.com or whatever it is for backing tracks. You know, you have to pay a licensing fee, or you're supposed to, for if you're going to do stuff publicly or whatever and make money with it. So it's really cool that way. Also, you really have a lot more flexibility with making things your own, which I really dig. I dig being able to, you know, you're able to really modify stuff, make all these different grooves and whatnot. So if you have questions on Band in a Box, let me know in the comments, or let me know later on, you know, if you're watching this later, if you have questions on it. I had questions on, you know, people really liking how I do my tracks. So basically I'll get a chord change, you know, I get the chord changes, either type them in myself, or I even go to some websites that have them available. There's some free versions. I don't have the links for those, but I generally use Norton discs, and I will share that in a minute on my screen and stuff like that, and you could check out his stuff. They're very affordable, and they're like a lot of tunes for fake books, so you can have at least a template set up for you and then modify from there to do whatever you want, man. But I do think it's, for musicians, it's just super powerful, and it, you know, there are definitely a lot of options out there, so it's not the only way to go. But I dig it because it kind of builds stuff fairly quickly for you to get out and use. And so I'll take a style, like I picked a style out. And so this is a style I came up with, but you have all these different versions. I mean, you could check out different arrangements. So this will give me a different thing. So it really is endless what you could come up with. And you have options here where you could do, you know, put in sleepwalk. They'll probably have a version of like a groove. So this will be maybe not exactly like the original, but a little closer to the original version, which is very like 60s type of thing. Let's see if it'll play. Takes a minute. It's generating the track now. So I would, so from there, I would like definitely be taking out parts, right? I don't want vocals. I don't even like having guitars in my tracks too much, but you have all these options within here to start muting. I usually just start with bass and drums. Just get a nice groove. That's a nice simple groove. And then I might check out the piano, or probably the bass is usually what I do. Now, if I don't like the bass, I have options here to where I can go into, you know, I can try different sounds, bass sounds, and I use the live like a real band or real tracks. So these are all live musicians actually playing. They recorded these live to loop them. And I won't get into in depth in that with you today, but just to show you the versatility you've got with this. So you got the piano. So you can change all these. So I got all these different options, man. It just goes on and on. So I'm not getting it to come out right now, but you can with that. I'm not going to get a tutorial. This isn't really a tutorial. I'm just sharing with you how I do this stuff. So within there, so you've got all this editing power with this program, which is incredible. From there, I just take the track. By the way, I do my tracks in mono because I'm playing live. So all my tracks, I just do mono, and you've got a nice little mixer here to where you can, do your panning, and I don't even use much reverb at all on stuff. I just keep it very simple. I'm usually just doing some drum or percussion, a bass, some little bass, maybe a pad, keyboard or whatever, and maybe sometimes like a guitar, maybe, but very rarely do I do that. The sparser the better. It gives you room to be able to improvise, and also it sounds more, I guess, I don't know what the word would be, but I guess, real. So you kind of feel like it's, you're working with it. So, and the key is too, that you're not fighting the track, but you're playing within them. They are definitely its own entity. So when you play stylistically, you're going to play differently too. You're going to kind of work within the tracks to make them come to life. So if you got any questions out there, let me know. I'm checking the comments here real quick and see what's happening here. Okay, so I'll keep going. So if you're watching this later, you can reach out to me if you got questions on Band in a Box, and for doing solo tracks and whatnot. And I can cover that in that Jumpstart session. You can go to getsologigs.com to do that. And, if you're ready to just jump in and get some lessons, you can go to my website, primevibemusic.com. And there's a tab there for booking a 30-minute session or a 60-minute session, if you want to do that. And I also have some package pricing available if you like to get deeper into stuff. So Band in a Box is a real big one for me. I just love that program. And so from Band in a Box, I'm putting that track into Stage Traxx. So I played it out of this. This is where I played this from today. And Stage Traxx is available also for Stage Traxx 3 is the program, and it's, I put them on my iPad, but right now, since I'm streaming live with you, playing off my computer, man, I can literally just play them right off the computer as well. So you can sync your iPad and your desktop or laptop, and then also your phone as well. I've used these with my phone, like if I forgot my iPad or I need another setup, backup type of setup. Works really great. And I like it because it really is pretty easy to use. And you also have your, you can put your lyrics in it. It does scroll. I only use probably 10% of the features of it, but it's enough for me to do my gigs, like how I do my performances and whatnot. So you can literally upload the backing track into Stage Traxx, or even on your Apple device, you can put it in the Apple Music area, and then you can, hook it up to Stage Traxx. It really is the most versatile and simple app I've used. Now, I used to use OnSong. OnSong to me got a little challenging certain times when I'd update it. And also, I was paying a subscription for it. This is a one-time cost, which I really like. And it's super powerful. So I highly recommend Stage Traxx 3 even more than OnSong at this point for myself, but you'll have to investigate. Unfortunately, this app is only available for the Apple devices. So if you're a Windows user or Android user, you'll have to do some searching to check that out. I'm sure there's some alternatives for you out there that would work, and I think maybe OnSong you might be able to use that with that as well. So I wanted to share with you also. So let me check for questions if you have any questions so far on this. And let me share with you the slide. I'll just share my be sure we're going here. This is my screen for my gear. You can find my gear at kit.co Walt Pitts. And I'm slowly adding all my gear in here, so there'll be a link in the description as well for this live. So I got the music gear in here. Let's go in here and I'll share. Let's see if I can find it here. I just put this in here the other day. I had someone reach out that was curious about my slide. Here it is. So, and I got this years ago. I got a couple of these, not here. This is for, I think, Sweetwater Sound. I got it at another place years ago. I bought a couple at the same time, but I do love the thing because it's so great. Let me share my, you can find it here at Sweetwater. And I love it because, look, man, the slide, you've got an open end to your slide. Let me share I'll share my camera with you, and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So you can see, so you've got the open end of the slide, right? And I use my third finger, and then you can turn it around and play, right? So you've got this option to either play or use your slide. And I do love it. And you can, I don't do it too much, but you could use your thumb. I used to years ago, but I usually just turn it like this. But I love the versatility, right? You got this versatility that you can either play with your fingers or your slide. So you can check that out at, I'll have a link. I have a link in the description. You'll be able to find a link to the where all my gear is at, and you can find it in there. And if I get a chance, I'll just put a link in the description for you. And I also put in there, I do have this is what I use for the backing tracks, Band in a Box. You can get this. The only reason I have you can get this from the company as well, pgmusic.com, and I book them directly, but I couldn't put the link for the kits, for this website in there. So I would highly recommend that gear. I have all kinds of gear in here, and I've shot a couple of videos on that. So I'd love, if you got questions on gear or whatever, I'd put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer your questions on that. And here's my website, primebymusic.com. So you can go here. You can learn more about me. what I do, and I've been playing over 40 years now, full-time player, and so I've got 3 CD, music I've released and some videos in here, but my go-to right now is YouTube, so you can go there to check stuff out. This will take you to the landing page for booking a session with me, like a $1 Jumpstart session. With that, you get once you pay your dollar, you're going to go and book a you're going to be able you pay your dollar, and then from there you will book your live session with me. I guess you're not seeing any of this stuff, so let me go back here. So what I was sharing with you was this. So you have, this is my website, primevibemusic.com, and you can learn about me here and what I do. And then also, if you're ready to book a guitar lesson or session, coaching session, go to playbetterguitar.com or Playbetter Guitar tab. You can find all your stuff there. Full 60-minute lesson is available there. And then I have 30-minute, then the free session is actually going away, and I do have a free guitar warm-up course as well that you can grab. So, and then this is to the getsologigs.com is the landing page, and where you would book a $1 Jumpstart session. It's a 30-minute Zoom session, and we'll get into what you want. You'll fill out. You also get you have a Jumpstart session that you fill out as well. I have a Google form that you fill out that I can look at before we get together, and you have an opportunity to share with me what we want to go on in your session and kind of assess where you're at in your playing. So I hope to see you there. And I'm going to play a couple of tunes, and I think I'm going to leave you after that. So if you've got any questions or requests, let me know. If not, I'm going to play a little bit and just do a few different tunes for you. So here's Summertime. By the way, this one too I did in Band in a Box. And I know these changes are a little different. They're actually I play this more. I'm trying to get my mix out. Be sure you're hearing me. Okay. So I do this a little differently than kind of the traditional way. I use at the 4, when it goes to the 4 chord, I do a 2-5 down in B flat, and then A flat, and then do the turnaround in G minor. I play this in G minor. And it's something I got from Wes Montgomery's version of this, which is freaking amazing if you haven't heard it. So this is a whole different version, though, of it. And I'm going to tune up. Summertime, never is easy. Fish shot jumper, yeah, the cotton is high. Your dad's rich, Ma's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Spread your wings, and you take to the sky. Till that morning, there ain't nothing gonna harm you. With Daddy and Mammy standing by. One of these mornings, you're gonna rise up singing. Spread your wings, and you'll take to the sky. Until that morning, there ain't nothing gonna harm you. With Daddy and Mary standing by. Summertime, fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, your mom's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. So that's Summertime. George Gershwin wrote it, and of course it's been done by, so many different people have covered that so many different ways. Hey, if you have any questions out there, let me know in the comments. I'll be sure to do my best to answer them. Or if you've got a request, let me know, and I will play it for you if I can. So I think I'm going to change it up and play a little acoustic guitar for you. And just in case you're just now joining, I'm Walt Pitts. I'm a live musician, live solo musician, and I'm based out of Arizona, Sun City area, and I play steady git, I play regularly, and then I also do some guitar coaching. And you can go to getsologigs.com if you want to book a $1 Jumpstart session with me. I'd love to hang with you for a half hour on Zoom and see if I can help you, get some gigs. If you're looking to get gigs or just trying to get out of the bedroom and play out a little bit, I might have some ideas for you. So really love the Strat, man. This is a great Strat. I've got it, I never know. It's like I got it 2017, but I love the humbucker in it as well. It's really been a great instrument. And I got more comments about this guitar than any guitar I've ever had, and it's I bought it at Sweetwater a couple of years ago. It's been about 2 years now. Got it in September, and it's an Adamus Ovation. It's an Ovation guitar. It's the Adamus series, which is it's a higher end guitar. It's the most I ever paid for a guitar. And I just love the versatility of it for acoustic guitar stuff. And it's made out of graphite, and then it has a graphite top as well with the composite of wood in it. So it's a really great. You can get all that gear at, I'll put it in the link there. I've got a link to my kit.co account that's got all my gear in it, and you can check everything out there if you want to see it. And I've been experimenting quite a bit. I haven't been live for quite a while, and part of it is was gigging quite a bit the last couple of months. And then I had, I kind of took a little bit of a break, but I've been building out this live solo musician path. It's a program that I'm building out. So I'm working on different techniques and just getting info together for that. So and I think I'm going to do, I should share too while I'm here. So I've been having a little bit of a challenge with my thumb through the years. I have a little arthritis going on, and I developed trigger finger the last 2 months. So I've been having to work with that a little bit. Did the cortisone shot, which is really alleviated most of it, but I still get a little catching, no pain, which is great. But part of what made that develop was, when you play a lot, like I was playing 6 nights a week, and a lot of times I wouldn't even warm up or practice. I'd warm up my voice and do some hand stretches, but I wouldn't grab the guitar. So there's such a difference, huge difference between playing, performing and practicing. And it's interesting. I've done this through the years. I have to step back and slow down and work on my hand positions, because a lot of times I use my thumb because I can, it's easier to grab stuff for me. But over time, it just gets worn out. It just wears it out. So, a lot of the positioning I try to do when I'm really focusing on it is getting that thumb in the back of the neck more. I kind of keep it between the first and the second finger generally. And, I go fairly down the neck too, not only in the middle, but for certain phrases I need to go down. So I'll show you these positions I've been working on. So I've had to really slow down, like scales and stuff I do, to get back some of that. Because when you're just in it, man, you don't think about those things. But over time, it just wears out, wear out my thumb doing that. So here's a couple of positions that I've been working on for myself that might help you as well if you're having some challenges with your hands. So you got, generally a lot of times I'll just play like this, and a lot of pickers do. I've been deep into the thumb picking thing. Tommy Emmanuel and different players, we use their thumb quite a bit or hang it around there. But over time, boy, it just has worn it out. So generally I'm in here, but a lot of times I'm having to go down even further down the neck to reach stuff. But I can do better actually this way than that way, because this way I'm resting my fingers, or resting. Here I'm using more of my fingers, so you actually build a lot better technique and coordination that way. But your fingers kind of get lazy because you're resting. The fingers are resting more on the neck. So those are things I'm working on with that. Let me know if you have challenges like that too. I'd love to hear what your strategies have been through the years. So I'm pretty good at the stretching out stuff, and I have exercises that are dripping out now that have helped me through the years and whatnot. But there's such a difference between practicing and performing. It's just incredible. And I have to remind myself, man, I got to practice, to keep up certain things, because you lose certain techniques if you don't work on them. So anyway, enough of that. Let's keep going. So I'm going through my list of tunes here with you. You can't see it, but I've got like these little playlists and whatnot. I guess I could go into, I'll tell you what, before I play a song, let me share my playlist. So for myself, most of my gigs are background music. Now people are listening, but I'm not generally the focal point. I'm adding to the atmosphere. I'm trying to bring a positive atmosphere to, kind of elevating wherever I'm at. I'm part of a team, so I've got, we have servers, managers, hosts, bartenders, so you're part of a whole group of people serving, your clientele, trying to give them the best possible experience they can have. So I found set lists for me are, I sort of kind of use them, but not like probably a lot of musicians do. So I thought I'd share that with you. So I put my set lists basically, I do like basic categories. See if I can get to it. So I put my vocal tunes. I only sing about 150 vocals or something like that. So I'm able to just scroll fairly quickly in here. Everything's in alphabetical order. So I got lyrics. I try to memorize tunes. Some I don't have memorized yet. So, and I did I basically am trained like kind of in the jazz world, and then classically. Wouldn't call myself great at either of those, but I have that background. So instrumentally, I've learned, like on the guitar, I pretty much have most of the changes memorized, and then melodies. I'm able to just do a lot of stuff by ear. But if you look, I just do like a pop rock thing, and I've got a variety of stuff to choose from. A lot of stuff I can scroll really quickly, or I know a song. I do like Latin stuff, just put it in a big category. Jazz tunes, and then my ethnic tunes. I do some Italian music and tangos and whatnot. And then my YouTube lives, I do for these. Sometimes I will do a small set list for my YouTube lives, but invariably I never get the set. I never play the set the way I have it set up. I do find the great thing about not having a set list is it keeps you open to the great thing of not having a set list, but kind of being aware in your room, it gives you much more options. Like if you know how to improvise, you may have some people that, oh, I know they would probably like this tune. Or for myself, I have people that have certain tunes that I play for them that they've requested that I've learned for them, and when they come in, I just play them. So I think set lists are good to have, maybe a broad skeletal idea of what you're going to do on a set, but man, being able to read the room and fluctuate to different things is really great to be able to do off the fly. So with that, I'm going to play one or more. I'm probably just going to play one more tune and get out of here. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know how it sounds there in the comments. I'm going to do it's Pat Metheny tune, Last Train Home. And I'm going to be sure I got the mixed good here for you. So that was Last Train Home, Pat Metheny. And thanks for checking out the live stream. Hey, I would love for you to leave a comment if you have any questions on, becoming a live solo musician or working on your guitar technique. Also, if any requests you might have, I'd love to see if I can learn them for you. And be sure to like the live, please, and I guess subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And just a reminder, if you're a guitar player, you're looking to possibly start doing some live solo gigs, some live gigs, go to getsologigs.com. You can book a $1 30-minute Jumpstart session with me, and we can see if I can help you out, get better at your guitar playing and get out there working and whatnot. And also, I have a free guitar warm-up course. You can get that at Prime Vibe Music /warmup. That's warm-up is one word. And all you out there that are looking for a live solo musician, I have availability, so I'd love to have an opportunity to play for your small to mid-size event. And you can reach out to me there at primevibemusic.com. All the links are in the description. Hey, man, thanks for checking out the live today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.